Welcome to the lecture on nonlinear programming module 2. In this module, we will discuss nonlinear programming problem with inequality constraints. Lagrange method can be applied to solve this type of problem if the given problem is modified slightly. The necessary conditions are called Kuhn-Tucker conditions, as the conditions are first derived by Kuhn and Tucker. In this module, we will also discuss quadratic programming problem in which the objective function is quadratic and the constraints are set of inequality constraints. Let us proceed to discuss NLPP with inequality constraints. Suppose that we are given the problem maximize z equal to f x1 x2 up to xn subject to g x1 x2 xn is less than equal to c, where c is constant, and x1 x2 xn is greater than equal to 0. This problem can be rewritten as maximize z equal to fx subject to hx is less than equal to 0 and x is greater than equal to 0, where hx is equal to gx minus c and x belongs to Rn. We now modify this problem by introducing a new variable which is called slack variable, a new variable s, so that hx plus s square is equal to 0. The new variable s is called slack variable. Therefore, the problem can be stated as maximize z equal to fx subject to hx plus s square is equal to 0, x is greater than equal to 0, where x belongs to Rn. This is a problem of constraint optimization in n plus 1 variables x1, x2 up to xn as well as s, and a single equality constraint which is hx plus s square equal to 0. Thus, the problem can be solved by using Lagrange multiplier method. Therefore, we construct the Lagrangian function L as L x s lambda is equal to fx minus lambda into hx plus s square. The necessary conditions for stationary points are del L del x j equal to del f del x j minus lambda into del h del x j equal to 0 for j equal to 1 to up to n. Del L del lambda is equal to minus hs plus s square is equal to 0, and del L del s equal to minus 2s lambda equal to 0. Now, del L del s equal to 0 gives either s equal to 0 or lambda equal to 0. Now, if s equal to 0, then from equation 2 we have hs equal to 0. Thus, we can write lambda hx is equal to 0. Moreover, since s square is greater than equal to 0, therefore, from 2 we can write hx is less than equal to 0. Whenever hx is less than 0, we get lambda equal to 0, and whenever lambda is greater than 0, we have hx equal to 0. Thus, we have lambda is greater than equal to 0. So, from these necessary conditions, we get the conditions as lambda hx equal to 0, hx less than equal to 0, and lambda greater than equal to 0. Therefore, the necessary conditions for the point x to be a point of maximum are fj minus lambda hj equal to 0 for j equal to 1 to up to n, where fj equal to del f del xj and hj equal to del h del xj, lambda h equal to 0, h is less than equal to 0 and lambda is greater than equal to 0. This set of necessary conditions is called Kuhn-Tucker conditions. Similar argument holds for the minimization of NLPP as given in the slide. Minimize z equal to fx subject to hx greater than equal to 0 and x is greater than equal to 0 where x belongs to Rn. In this case, the Kuhn-Tucker conditions are fj minus lambda hj equal to 0 for j equal to 1 to up to n, lambda h equal to 0, h is greater than equal to 0 and lambda is greater than equal to 0. Now, we will prove one theorem which is called the sufficiency of KT conditions. The KT conditions for a maximization NLPP of maximizing fx subject to hx less than equal to 0 and x greater than equal to 0 are the sufficient conditions for a maximum of fx if fx is concave and hx is convex. The result follows if we are able to show that the Lagrangian function L, which is equal to fx minus lambda into hx plus s square, where s is defined by hx plus s square equal to 0, is concave in x under the given conditions. In this case, the stationary point obtained from the KT conditions must be the global maximum point. Now, since hx plus s square equal to 0, it follows from the necessary conditions that lambda h equal to 0, which means lambda s square equal to 0. Since hx is convex and lambda greater than equal to 0, therefore, we can claim that lambda hx is also convex and minus lambda hx is concave. Thus, we conclude that fx minus lambda hx is concave and hence fx minus lambda into hx plus s square, which is equal to L, is also concave in x, as we have already shown that lambda into s square is equal to 0. Hence, the theorem is proved. By similar argument, it can be shown that for minimization NLPP, the KT conditions are also sufficient conditions for the minimum of the objective function if the objective function fx is convex and the function hx is concave. Now, we proceed to take an example. Suppose that we have to maximize z equal to 8x1 plus 10x2 minus x1 square minus x2 square, subject to 3x1 plus 2x2 is less than equal to 6 and x1 x2 are greater than equal to 0. Here we have fx equal to 8x1 plus 10x2 minus x1 square minus x2 square and hx is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 minus 6. Therefore, Kuhn-Tucker necessary conditions are given by del f del x1 minus lambda del h del x1 equal to 0 which gives 8 minus 2 x 1 equal to 3 lambda, del f del x 2 minus lambda into del h del x 2 equal to 0, which gives 10 minus 2 x 2 is equal to 2 lambda, lambda h equal to 0, which gives lambda into 3 x 1 plus 2 x 2 minus 6 equal to 0, h is less than equal to 0, which gives 3 x 1 plus 2 x 2 minus 6 is less than equal to 0, and we have lambda is greater than equal to 0. From equation 6, we see that either lambda equal to 0 or 3 x 1 plus 2 x 2 minus 6 equal to 0. Let us first suppose that lambda equal to 0. Then from equation 4 and 5, we get x 1 equal to 4 and x 2 equal to 5. These values of x 1 and x 2 cannot satisfy equation 7. Therefore, this solution cannot be acceptable when lambda equal to 0. Now, we suppose that lambda is not equal to 0. So, 3 x 1 plus 2 x 2 minus 6 should be equal to 0. These together with equation 4 and 5 yield the stationary point x naught is equal to x 1 x 2, which is equal to 4 by 13, 33 by 13. Now, observe that h x is convex in x, as h x is linear in x 1 and x 2. It is also easy to check that f x is concave in x. Thus, KT conditions are sufficient conditions for the maximum. Hence, x naught equal to 4 by 13, 33 by 13 is the solution to the given NLPP, and the maximum value of z is 21.3. Now, we proceed to find the KT conditions for general NLPP. Consider the general NLPP with m less than n constraints. Maximize z equal to f x subject to g I x is less than equal to b I, where x is greater than equal to 0. The above problem can be written as maximize z equal to f x subject to h I x is less than equal to 0, where h I x is equal to g I x minus b I, x is greater than equal to 0, where x belongs to R n. Then the KT conditions are given by f j minus summation I equal to 1 to up to m lambda I h I j equal to 0 for j equal to 1 to up to n. Here f j equal to del f del x j and h I j equal to del h I del x j. We have some other conditions, lambda I h I equal to 0 for I equal to 1 to up to m, h I is less than equal to 0 for I equal to 1 to up to m, and lambda I is greater than equal to 0 for I equal to 1 to up to m. Consider this example. Maximize z is equal to minus x 1 square minus x 2 square minus x 3 square plus 4 x 1 plus 6 x 2 subject to x 1 plus x 2 is less than equal to 2, 2 x 1 plus 3 x 2 is less than equal to 12, and x 1 x 2 is greater than equal to 0. Here we define f as minus x 1 square minus x 2 square minus x 3 square plus 4 x 1 plus 6 x 2, g 1 as x 1 plus x 2 minus 2, g 2 as 2 x 1 plus 3 x 2 minus 12. Then the Hessian matrix for the function f can be easily obtained as shown in this slide. It is easy to see from the Hessian matrix that the principal minors are alternating positive and negative signs. Hence, f is concave, and clearly g1 and g2 are convex functions. Thus, the Kuhn-Tucker conditions will be the necessary and sufficient conditions for a maximum. We have the Lagrangian function L is equal to f(x) minus lambda 1 into g1x plus s1 square minus lambda 2 into g2x plus s2 square, where S is the set of two quantities s1 and s2, and lambda is a set of lambda 1 and lambda 2. S1, S2 are slack variables, and lambda 1, lambda 2 are Lagrangian multipliers. Then the Kuhn-Tucker conditions are given by the conditions given in A, B, C and D. Now, we have 4 different cases. Case 1, suppose that lambda 1 equal to 0 and lambda 2 equal to 0. In this case, the system of equations given in A give x1 equal to 2, x2 equal to 3 and x3 equal to 0. However, this solution violates both the inequalities given in C. Case 2, let lambda 1 equal to 0, but lambda 2 is not equal to 0. In this case, B gives 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to 12, and conditions 1 and 2 in A give minus 2x1 plus 4 is equal to 2 lambda 2, minus 2x2 plus 6 equal to 3 lambda 2, and the solution of this simultaneous equation give x1 equal to 24 by 13, x2 equal to 36 by 13 and lambda 2 equal to 2 by 13, which is greater than 0. Also, equation given in condition 3 of A gives x3 equal to 0. However, this solution violates the condition given in C1, so the solution is discarded. Case 3. In this case, we suppose that lambda 1 is not equal to 0 and also lambda 2 is not equal to 0. The conditions 1 and 2 given in B give x1 plus x2 equal to 2 and 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to 12. Solving these equations, we get x1 equal to minus 6 and x2 equal to minus 8. Thus, the conditions 1, 2 and 3 given in A yield x3 equal to 0, lambda 1 equal to 68, lambda 2 equal to minus 26. Since lambda 2 is negative, therefore, it violates the condition D. Hence, the solution is also discarded in this case. Case 4. In this case, we assume lambda 1 is not equal to 0, but lambda 2 equal to 0. The condition given in B gives x1 plus x2 equal to 2. This equation together with the equations given in 1 and 2 of A give x1 equal to half, x2 equal to 3 by 2 and lambda equal to 3, which is greater than 0. Further, condition 3 of A gives x3 equal to 0. So, this solution does not violate any of the Kuhn-Tucker conditions. Therefore, the optimum, that is maximum solution to the given problem is x1 is equal to half, x2 equal to 3 by 2, x3 equal to 0 with lambda 1 equal to 3 and lambda 2 equal to 0, and the maximum value of the objective function is z star equal to 17 by 2. We were discussing NLPP with inequality constraints. From our discussion, we have noticed that in both maximization and minimization NLPP, the Lagrangian multipliers are non-negative, whereas in case of maximization and minimization NLPP with equality constraints, Lagrangian multipliers can be unrestricted in sign. From our discussion, we have also noticed that the KT conditions in maximization and minimization NLPP can be sufficient conditions, provided in case of minimization NLPP, the objective function is convex and the solution space is concave, whereas in case of maximization NLPP, the objective function is concave and the solution space is convex. Let us now proceed to discuss a special type of nonlinear programming problem called quadratic programming problem. Consider an NLPP with quadratic objective function and linear inequality constraints. Such an NLPP is called quadratic programming problem. The general mathematical model for QPP is as follows. Optimize, that is maximize or minimize Z, is equal to summation j equal to 1 to up to n Cj xj plus half summation j equal to 1 to up to n summation k equal to 1 to up to n xj djk xk, subject to the constraints summation j equal to 1 to up to n aij xj is less than equal to bi, I equal to 1 to up to m, and xj is greater than equal to 0, j equal to 1 to up to n. Here djk is equal to dkj for all j and k, and bi is greater than equal to 0. In matrix notation, we can write QPP as optimize z is equal to Cx plus half x transpose dx, subject to the constraints Ax is less than equal to b, x is greater than equal to 0, where x is equal to x1, x2 up to xn transpose, c is equal to c1, c2, cn, b is equal to b1, b2, bm transpose, and capital D is an n by n symmetric matrix, A equal to Aij is an m by n matrix. If the objective function in QPP is of minimization type, then the matrix D is symmetric and positive definite, and the objective function is strictly convex in X. If the objective function is of maximization type, then the matrix D is symmetric and negative definite, and the objective function is strictly concave in X. However, if the matrix D is null, then the QPP reduces to the standard linear programming problem. The necessary and sufficient conditions, KT conditions, to get an optimal solution to the maximization QPP can be derived as given below. Step 1, we write the QPP as maximize fx is equal to summation j equal to 1 to up to n Cj xj plus half into summation j equal to 1 to up to n summation k equal to 1 to up to n xj djk xk, subject to hix is equal to summation j equal to 1 to up to n aij xj minus bi is less than equal to 0 for I equal to 1 to up to m, Gj x is equal to minus xj, which is less than equal to 0 for j equal to 1 to up to n. Step 2, the KT conditions for maximum are derived as shown in this slide. The conditions are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Step 3, we introduce a slack variable Si square in the ith constraint, that is Hix is less than equal to 0. Then the constraint becomes equality, summation j equal to 1 to up to n, Aij xj plus Si square equal to Bi, I equal to 1 to up to m. Then the condition 4 becomes lambda I Si equal to 0 for I equal to 1 to up to m. All the conditions as shown above except the conditions mu j xj equal to 0 and lambda I Si equal to 0 are linear constraints involving 2 into m plus n variables. Here the conditions mu j xj equal to 0 and lambda I Si equal to 0 imply that xj and mu j and lambda I and Si cannot be at the same time in the non-degenerate basic feasible solution. So, these conditions mu j xj equal to 0 and lambda I Si equal to 0 are called complementary slackness conditions. It is to be noted here that except the conditions mu j xj equal to 0 and lambda I Si equal to 0, the other conditions are linear in x, s, lambda and mu. The problem thus becomes equivalent to finding the solution to a set of linear equations which also satisfies the additional conditions mu j xj equal to 0 and lambda I Si equal to 0. Since Fx is strictly concave and the solution space is convex, the feasible solution satisfying all these conditions must give the optimum solution. In this module, we have discussed NLPP with inequality constants. We have derived necessary and sufficient conditions, that is Kuhn-Tucker necessary and sufficient conditions for this type of problem. And we have also discussed a special type of nonlinear programming problem called quadratic programming problem. And from the Kuhn-Tucker conditions of quadratic programming problem, we have seen that the conditions, all the conditions are linear except some conditions which are called complementary slackness conditions. With this remark, we end this module.